All right, let's go to Thursday. We've got Louisiana Tech and Kennesaw State. Louisiana Tech, 6-point road favorites, 45.5, 46 the total here in this game. Louisiana Tech is still perfect against the spread this year. 4-1 straight up, 5-0 against the spread so far this season. Their 3 victories against FBS competition have all been by double digits. 49-14 over New Mexico State, 30-20 over Southern Miss, and 30-11 over UTEP, that aforementioned game we talked about where Malachi Nelson just turned into an interception turnover machine in that game. Another situation where both teams are off the bye week here for this Conference USA matchup. Hard to step in front of this Louisiana Tech Express right now. They've covered every number. They've been undervalued. And to be honest with you, their quarterback play has improved since they made a switch at quarterback earlier in the year. Trey Kukuk was the quarterback, and Blake Baker took over. He started out well. Now, he did struggle a little bit more in the game against UTEP, and he also had 2 fumbles lost. He had been playing pretty well. I still expect Blake Baker to be the quarterback here for Louisiana Tech in this game. But don't sell Kennesaw short. Kennesaw has been pretty solid here. They've won 2 in a row against Arkansas State and Middle Tennessee State. Now, this is going to be a lot tougher, and that's going to be the big key here for Kennesaw State. This will be a bit of a step up as far as competition here against a pretty solid Louisiana Tech team. And their quarterback, Amari Odom, who has actually had a pretty solid start to the year, 71% completions, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's been banged up. He's questionable for this game with an undisclosed injury. The bye week, just like we talked about this with Jacob Clark from Missouri State, the bye week should help Amari Odom as far as his availability for this game on Thursday night between these two teams. So we'll see if he's able to take the field and suit up for Kennesaw at quarterback. This is a game I haven't bet yet. I'm not sure I will when it's all said and done. We've got this total right now, 45.5 in this game. Louisiana Tech defense, the more you watch them, the more you're impressed. Like, they haven't given up more than 20 points in a game this year, or 23 points, I should say, and that was against LSU. They went on the road to Baton Rouge, and they only gave up 23 points to LSU. So we got to give Louisiana Tech's defense a lot of credit. They played very well so far this year. Can they make life difficult for Kennesaw? That's the question. The total, to me, it's in a good spot. Kind of lean that it could be a little bit low scoring, but I don't know if I want to bet under at 45.5. And I like how it sets up for Kennesaw. Home dog. They've had a couple of good performances in a row. If Odom plays, that's going to give them more of a chance. I just don't know for a team that's 5-0 against the spread like Louisiana Tech that I want to fade them. Until they fail to cover a point spread, I'm a little bit reluctant to go against the Bulldogs. C-Mac, what do you think here? La Tech, Kennesaw.
Yeah, I know. This one's a little bit difficult. I think Kennesaw to look their way. They played better, I thought, this year. And some of these teams are down, Arkansas State and others that they've played, but, they've got the job done. Arkansas State, by the way, played up on Saturday at home. I gave that off for shout out to Arkansas State. We probably won't get to them.
Great job. What a win outright, 31-30.
Yeah, it's Arkansas State. So Louisiana Tech, Baker's been pretty good. I think the defense has been the biggest thing here with La Tech, and it's shown even that game against LSU holding them down. So, yeah, at this number, it's a little bit tough. Louisiana Tech, too, just been, ATS machine dating back to at this line, too, where they've put it. It just seems like, I'll just take them here. Cover easy. But they seem like the side to me. Does La Tech. I mean, they've been really good this year. Not only the defense and the numbers, but the turnover margin, one of the top teams. Second, and all Alabama, number 1, have had 8 turnovers. So, and one thing they should have success here, because they're not going to throw it a ton with Baker, is they ran the ball all right, about 150 yards a game. And Kennesaw still has given it up. They're 93rd. They give up 161. So I still think, they'll kind of be able to own the ground game here a little bit with Louisiana Tech. So, yeah, this is nothing that jumped out to me. It's kind of a wait. Tough to just dump off Louisiana Tech here, the way they've been playing. Sleepy, and the total I think is right on. I think it's a little bit too low. I mean, it definitely could stay under because these teams aren't going to light it up. But yeah, I thought it was right here, maybe a little bit too low.
Well, Kennesaw does play with some tempo. They do. Kennesaw State does play.
It doesn't show in their points. They're not a team though that lights it up. But you're right. Yeah.
But they are top 25 in seconds per play, 25th. 24.5 seconds per play. That's 25th in the country, Kennesaw. And Louisiana Tech, they're a little bit slower. They're more methodical. They're middle of the pack, though, 55th as far as seconds per play. You're going to get at least some pace. That's why at 45.5, I have a tough time. I think the matchup dictates under because Kennesaw prefers to run the football, and Louisiana Tech's very good against the run. So I don't know if they're going to have a ton of success doing that. And if they have to throw a little bit more, I don't know if they'll have success. But like I said, the pace kind of thinks this total might be light, especially with Kennesaw. They played some tempo. So that's why it's a bit of a tough total here for me in that one.